is that you have communities and people want to do things in their community. So that might be age concern, wanting to run events for older people. It might just be a team of young footballers who want to find a pitch. But the difficulty is that sometimes it's difficult or impossible to find space to do that. So our idea is really around a virtual dating website for the people who want to do things and the people who've got the space in which they can do it. And you sort of need to imagine that there is an online map. And if you are a group that wants to do something, we really wanted to start from the point of the people who want to do things rather than the point of the people who have the space. So let's say you're a community group. You would go onto the website and you would type in that you are a small group, you want to find a space that doesn't need a license because you want to run a youth club, for example. Then already mapped onto this would have been some places where people have got space that they're willing to use, to let out. So that could be the local authority, it could be partners, it could be businesses. There's a whole range. It's sort of about getting the whole mixed economy involved in this. Then what it would say would be, around your area, there are these different venues that you could consider using. So there'd be an initial sort of match-up of these are your key criteria as a user, these are your key criteria as someone letting the building out. Then to sort of enhance the experience, you could have a kind of wiki attached to it. So where people who've used the space before could upload more information about it, or the people who own it could upload more information there, and that'd be very much user-built. You could have a Google Earth kind of link to it so that you could actually go and look at it virtually. So your kind of world would spin round and you'd zoom in and you'd be able to look around the street, look around the space. And you could have a calendar with live information so you could find out exactly when it's available. There was other technology, but I've forgotten what it is.
There was a fabulous idea for other technology, which was based on, won't say who introduced this idea. It was based on this technology that exists that as a gay man can tell you whether there are other gay men in the area. Well, is it Gaydar?
Yeah.
Okay. And we thought it would be great if you could have live feed to an iPhone that actually told you were you close by to some facilities that would actually suit you, and you could have a kind of live link up with it that way.
Yeah. So that was the other element of it. So that's pretty covers most of the technology. In terms of how you sustain it, well, the first point is about getting the mixed economy involved in it, so it's not just about the public sector, but it's wider, and you could have some advertisement linked to it, so for businesses letting out some space, they could have an advert for their business. We thought I'm just going to say it's a really good idea because it was mine, which was that you could use local college students to maintain the website for a certain amount of time as work experience. Because one of the issues if you're a student is that you might have brilliant ideas, you might be really good academically, but do you have any work experience? Will you be able to get a job? Well, if you spend 2 weeks or a month doing this and managing it and developing it further, then that's a really good thing to put on your CV. And in terms of sort of sustainability and getting people to use it, the key thing we thought was really you need to promote it in areas where people go. So you could have portals in one-stop shops, supermarkets, libraries. You could advertise in your council newspaper. You could have, there was one idea about back in the day, I think in tourist information offices, they had a big map of boroughs, and you could go in and sort of look at things, and it had some sort of electronic technology, but it was a bit naff. Well, if you imagine now the new kind of touch sort of technology, you could have a big screen in Tesco's with someone standing next to it showing people how to use it, how you could sort of point your finger on a bit of the map and all these sort of buildings and things would spring up, and sort of some quite exciting ways to engage people. And we're calling it, our space.